Hey y'all, so I was about to have a full blown crash out, and to make a long story long, this is how the whole reset era came about. Okay, so I'm in graduate school, and nobody told me how difficult graduate school really is. Mind you, whole time, I love when black people say that in their stories. Mind you, whole time, I'm a theater major in undergraduate in my undergraduate program, and I'm 15 years removed from your academic, student, scholarly environment, although I am a teacher. Being a teacher, very different than being a student. Okay, shout out to all my teachers. But anyway, when I went into teaching back in 2015 and then 2013, if you count my teaching artist internship at Arena Stage, I had a temporary certification, and nobody walked me through, oh, this is what you need to do to get your like official certification. So it expired. And at the time I was working at charter schools, so it didn't even really matter, which is probably a conversation for another day. It should matter. But, anyways, after I was done with the charter school setting as a teacher, I started my own theater company and partnered with schools and did theater enrichment. And my only goal in entrepreneurship was to make my teacher's salary on my own, teaching the way I want, with the schedule that I want, um, and where I want. And I did that. Joey did it. But then, more recently, it got a little complicated because I no longer wanted to pursue business, the advertising, the marketing, the communications, landing the partnerships. All of that was so tedious and it was draining my creative flow. If I'm going to teach theater, I want to solely lock in my energy in that way while I'm still acting and pursuing other creative endeavors. And uh, so I was like, I don't know if continuing teaching is in this way is for me right now. So I started applying for teaching jobs, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, you're so great, you're so fantastic. We need that certification." So I was like, well, I got to get that certification. And that looks like going back to school. My daughter wanted to make an appearance. If you're going to be in the video, girl. Okay, so, okay, back to my story time. Back to my story time. Um, Gotta love kiddos. So, there's several alternative programs you can get into, but they're almost just as expensive as a master's degree, but without funding. So I, being the lucky girl that I am, I chose a master's program that was one of the most competitive programs for the College of Education in Georgia. I didn't know that at the time. I just needed it to check the boxes. So here I go, so excited about graduate school. And then I take my first class, my first semester, which is about almost 2 years ago. And I'm about to have a full on crash out. I'm just going to be the realest girl in the room and say I was having panic attacks, anxiety attacks, just full on meltdowns. And I would talk to my people and be like, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm not okay. And they're like, yeah, sounds about right. You're in graduate school. I was like, y'all, no, like for real, something is not right with inside of my body. And this was a new experience for me because I typically did very well at whatever I wanted to do, whatever I did in my life. So I was like, okay, so either I'm going to quit graduate school because I feel like I'm about to just burst on the inside, or I have to figure out what is going on inside of me. And because I had done a juice cleanse before, And I just like studying holistic practices. I knew that I had to clean my body to clear my mind. I had so much mental fog. You know, when it feels like you're in quicksand or something and you're stuck and you want to move it, but you're frozen. So I was like, okay, I gotta do something. And so back in October, this past October, I was like, I have to go on a cleanse. I have to go on a juice cleanse and completely clear out all the toxins, parasites, whatever is having this hold on me that's not allowing me to focus and lock in. And I did the cleanse. When I tell you all, of course I lost weight. Of course that's a byproduct of cleansing, being on a juice cleanse. But my brain felt clear as day. And even in a spiritual way, everything that I wanted started happening. Everything. And there's something to be said about depriving your body or having that level of discipline and like self-discipline and being able to sacrifice temporary things. Something spiritual happens. Things start opening up, I guess, as you release all of the toxins and the waste and the dead weight. It allows for what you truly want to come in. And I was like, okay, I have to make this part of my lifestyle. Uh, if this is what it takes to achieve what I would like to achieve. In that first semester of grad school, I made a 3.0. And the next semester, I think I made a 3.75. And since then, I was making all A's. And I say all that to say, I'm really that girl. What else can I do? What else can I achieve? How much can I imagine for myself? And what else is in store for me that I can accomplish when I lock in on what's happening on the inside of me? So it's not just about losing weight or improving the aesthetic, but improving my spiritual divine connection and having that manifest physically. Um, so that is why I'm in my reset era. There's so much more for me to accomplish and do and be, but it's going to take a reset, a hard reset, and that's what y'all are witnessing.